So here we are, another day, another so-called holiday. Of course, it's me and my boys. One of my boys is disappointed because right now he can't get on a device because I gotta let it charge. He played so much on the charger, off the charger, it never gets a chance to charge. He had a Chromebook, but he spilled water by it or near it or something like that, and so yeah, here we go. But yeah, just another day in general, not just the so-called holiday aspect of it, but where yeah, I just don't have the man of my household as I desired in previous years and as I believed I did have, or at least he was developing. I felt like he was developing into that, but so many people interfered. I'm eating I'm eating a cucumber with some bacon bits and ranch because I've been eating good all year and the year before that. Probably, possibly the year before that too. But anyway, um, so I'm snacking. Consider it a slight mukbang, however you say it. Um, so with that said, that leads me to the fact that I'm thankful that I didn't sow into. I think I did when I was younger. Like I said, just younger, early 20s and stuff like that, or early when I was a teenager. Sowing something into my own future, I guess, without knowing, like interfering with people's household and something like that. And like I said, I did this and I wasn't thinking that deep about it. I only seen the surface of what I was doing. Um, and so yeah. So today I can gladly say I'm thankful I haven't been doing that. I haven't been tampering with people's household in an unhealthy way or in a way that I wouldn't, like to see it show back up in my life. Again, if at all. So that's what I'm thankful for today. Definitely thankful my boys are here. You know, um, I don't know what's up with my daughter. So, um, I can check and see if she tried to call or whatever, but she pretty much got what she wanted. She said last year she was wanting some of her dad's mom food and stuff like that. And for a while I understood her because I used to eat over there too. But um, yeah, and then she got it. So that's that. But they interfered with my household and my relationship, even my relationship with my daughter and stuff like that. So that's a whole different ball game. But what was I finna say? Oh, checking to see if she had called. But even if she called, I'm not probably not gonna call her back because, baby, I don't want no over the phone relationship with you when you out here free. We free. We not slaves. We can interact with each other. I'm not doing that. Now, of course, you got to submit to God. If God move on you not to interact with somebody, that's something different. But if your attitude or your feelings just try to tell you, you probably don't want to deal with that person, don't do it. I mean, don't let that be the sole reason. And so, yeah. With that said, I feel the type of way towards a lot of people, and definitely don't want to interact with them. It is based on feelings, but it's also based on something substantial evidence that I don't need to. It's just not healthy for me. Um, because to me, they don't know how to act. They cut the fool. Of course, they can say it the other way around, like, no, you the one. But yeah, I can almost assure you, honey, I know how to behave myself when I go and be around people. I did it for so long. I did that traditional thing. Now I do just want the people that can put up with me with all my flaws, and you know what I'm saying? Again, I ain't out here trying to be violent towards nobody or abusive or anything, but I want to be real. I want to be around people that I can be real with. And I'm saying people, but I don't even mean a lot. a handful or less. I'm good with that. I'm content. But but yeah. So I'm just thankful that I did not continue that path of sowing into again my future and just sowing into other people's lives, wreaking havoc. um I just matured and a lot of stuff God just caused me to realize and just slow down or turn away from. But I say that to say people have recently sold into my life like that and interfered. And it just could be the reciprocity, and that's just, again, what I already sowed, that's what happened to me. But, these people really used by the enemy to do some crazy stuff to interfere. It wasn't just my household, but my children and their relationship with their fathers and stuff like that. And to me, it's people that should have either been healing from whatever they went through from it, something similar happening to them by a previous generation, or just by their own actions, something stupid that they may have done, and wanting better for the younger generation. I know I'm smacking on this thing, but they didn't. So I feel like it's going to be a redundant, repetitive thing in their life and in their children's lives, and might be even their grandchildren, because once you start doing that, it'll be trying to follow you. But anyway, I went about things the wrong way at times and had the wrong idea about how to befriend certain people, or just interact. Just didn't. Some of it was ignorance. Just didn't know. None of it was deliberate, trying to hurt another person that was on the other side of it. But I had to realize that it did hurt another person, and cause some distraught or just chaos, even if that. I'm just trying not to do nothing chaotic. I'm telling you, I have done stuff stupid, but I just try not to do nothing that's just over the top. No, I have done things that other people wouldn't normally do, don't normally do, whatever, but that's between me and God. And so today I'm good. I'm definitely relaxed. I'm feeling good because I'm eating this instead of stuffing my face with some food. But I would want me a portion size, the little small portion sizes on a plate of everything. It would be nice. I also woke up because I had to wash my son's pillow, because one of my other son, one of my other sons, like I got more than two, but my other son had been a little sick, and so he was borrowing his brother's pillow. Why, I don't know, because he got his own pillow that he's liked since he was a baby, and he used it, and I guess he must have got some stuff on it from being sick. And so my older son was like, he got this all over my pillow. So I washed it. Some of the stuff had started coming out, so I put some safety pins in it, and then I went to go get some pillowcases to make sure the safety pins don't bother him. And my deceased grandma, she put about 5 to 10 pillowcases on one pillow. I did not know. Like, I literally been having these pillows in here for so long, and just realizing that she put so many pillowcases on one pillow, I was like, oh my gosh, that's like a form of crazy, like, for real. So I had a little time trying to get the pillowcases off. But I went on and found him a couple. I put 2 on. One because they were matching, so I just wanted to keep up with them. So I just put 2 satin brown pillowcases on his pillow so he can use that. Um, what else? What else going on? The other one claimed he's bored. I already talked about that. I'm just in my room munching on this good old turkey cucumber. I'm kidding. No, I literally got plenty of food in there. It's just not cooked. My son asked for some brisket today. I'm like, wait a minute now. You got some fancy taste. But I guess he remembered that I cooked brisket maybe last year or some other time, and I didn't even remember. So I'm gonna put that on the list, and I'm going to probably, of course, put it in the crock pot and get the seasonings or whatever. And that's what he wants. And I'm gonna probably order the brisket sandwich from Arby's though, just to start off and just to hold him over. Because I try to get them what they ask for when I can do it. When it's something I'm able, I try to be willing. Like, okay, no, you fancy. But yeah, it's just another day. I am smacking and all type of stuff. But anyway, it's another day. Yeah, it felt good outside. I just went out there and finished trying to break that jacuzzi down and just opened up one side of or a couple sides of the gazebo. What else? Opened up a couple sides of the gazebo. And yeah, I just like to feel that nice, clean, crisp, cool air. And again, I just wish I had somebody there. I'm saying somebody. I feel like on certain days it could be a female that I could sit and talk to, and on other days, but most days it needs to be a male. But yeah, it's kind of difficult for me to meet people because I'm not operating on social media like that. I'm definitely not outside like that, and so there we have it. It's me and the boys, but yeah. I've seen God do it, literally put me in a path and position, a path to run into certain people, either that's familiar to me or that's not familiar, that I can, I can seemingly get along with. But yeah, over here in this neighborhood, this ain't it, honey. At this point in time, my heart, my heart just always forgiving and like, we can work it out. We can this, that, and the third. I'm just loyal like that. But it came to a point where I had to come to a realization that, like, I really cannot, there's certain people I cannot be around. Some people just didn't even give me a chance based off of what they've already talked about and heard from other people. And that's on them. That's their problem. Um, but yeah, so this is where we at. I'm just in here, and I got plenty to do anyway, which I'm gonna get my butt up and do it. I just be having to feel like I can get up and move, and I already, started it off with going out there and letting the air out of the jacuzzi, which I wish it was still up because I really want to go get in it now. It would be a nice, good, relaxing. Like, this is actually the perfect day to get in there. Seriously, I have the mind to go back and blow it up because I cleaned it out good, but I don't know. I'm just gonna let it rest for right now. I don't know who all is really traditional anymore like that. It's just not the same, of course. And then, I mean, when you realize you got so many fake so-called loved ones, and just, oh gosh, it just be so much messiness or just some underlying thing to where you can come and sit around people if you want to and do that cordial thing. But I've seen somebody even make a TikTok of where they really be thinking thinking something else while they sitting around these people. But of course, they're not saying it, and it's like, now that I'm older, I'm either not going to sit around you or I'm going to be able to say what I need to say or whatever. Not, you know, you don't want to make a gathering like that about that, but you just want to, me personally, I want to be comfortable with people. I ain't gonna say I went out my way, but I've had people around me and, you know, specific people, and I wanted to make sure that person was comfortable being themselves. I didn't, you know what I'm saying, good, bad, indifferent. I don't want to say ugly, but yeah, good, bad, indifferent, and that's that. And I don't feel like I don't even feel like we live in a world where people welcome that. And, you know, I'm watching this man do his carport, do blow his leaves and stuff. His carport. Oops. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see it because I was putting my whole down here my street stuff in there, street signs. But yeah, anyway. I don't know. That's basically what I'm getting at. Like, I posted some some screenshots from a lady from 2015. I'm gonna say a chick. I ain't even finna front. She older, but she's a chick to me. And like, posting all these things on my Facebook and stuff like that, but just really not living by what she's saying. And really, maybe she was feeling like that in the moment, but or maybe she was just doing that and she had a different agenda. Because yeah, every time her actions showed something different. Like, but she posted stuff for Facebook and stuff like that to make it seem like. But then I was just like, girl, you live literally about 50 feet away from me, 20 feet away from me, and you're not about that life, what you sitting there talking about on my Facebook. So it was fake, it was lies and all that. And of course, because it was definitely conditional, I gotta get down or lay down. I gotta do what they want me to do, and I wasn't doing that. Like, if I'm not comfortable doing that stuff, and like, just to be frank, getting down with the drug dealing team and this, that, and the third, taking stuff off of y'all because y'all getting this blood money or, you know, illegit, ill-gotten gains or whatever. Then don't try to force me to do that. If I say I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that, and that's just what it is. And so that was basically, it's like I didn't accept the invites that they was giving out and stuff like that. So I just left it. Or either I accepted it and I'm just because I took it don't mean I didn't realize that there was conditions that came with it. That wasn't written. Nobody gave me a disclaimer and told me, well, if you take this money, or if you take this or whatever, you know you go. So no, that's when I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just stop accepting stuff from people because I don't know what their intentions and agendas are. I thought it was freely given. I thought it's because you really cared or you want to see somebody happy with something that you shared with them, but absolutely not. So, you know, people will basically get a taste of me. I don't want to say a taste like that, not a physical taste. I mean, some have, but people will get a taste of me, and then for whatever reason, they gone, you know, and it's beyond me. To me, I just feel like, because I'm being open, transparent, and you know, I could be honest about a lot of stuff. That they be fronting about, be on Front Street. And it's just a bunch of counterfeit stuff. And I'm not saying, again, I'm the only one like this, but I just feel like it's definitely rare. But people really be looking like they be having some genuine friends or relationships or whatever. And some definitely do. But I really feel like it's not what it appears to be at all. Um, that's the camera in the back. Yeah, that's the camera. I got it in the living room, so that was the TV. But once I make sure that I'm well rested, I'm get my butt up and do quite a few things. Yeah, I'm eating some watermelon, but quite a few things around the house because it needs to be done. And I just thought about, you know, back to a couple years ago, a day or whatever. What was it? Yesterday or either today, my dryer caught on fire and my youngest son was just born, and that whole that whole time. I didn't even pay attention like that because I was just going through the pregnancy. I didn't pay attention to the fact that I was alone. And the first time when I got pregnant with my first son, I left. I left and went on about my business when it came to, dude acting seeming like he not feeling me. I guess when I was pregnant or whatever. Um, I left out because I just didn't feel appreciated and valued. And then the second time, I didn't have to leave out. He did something that caused a big old stir, and then he stayed away. And I didn't know that why he stayed away. I didn't know that he had it got to the point of where, like, I didn't know I was pregnant. I was probably about 2 weeks pregnant or something like that, and I didn't know. And me and him got into a big old dispute. I was not expecting it. I'm thinking we gonna have a good night, this and the third. We got into a big dispute, and he ended up getting locked up because it definitely turned physical. And so then, probably like a month later, I realized I was pregnant, and um, so I realized my hormones was definitely somewhere different, and he wasn't receptive and trying to be there for me. And of course, with neither one of us, I didn't know I was pregnant, and I'm not gonna say that. I mean, I don't think he knew either, but just in case he somehow spiritually sensed it, he might have. But and we got into it or whatever, and it got kind of bad. I'm not trying to downplay it or whatever, but it's not something that I would want to go through, and it's not something, like I said, that I expected, and um, it was definitely not enjoyable. It was harsh, and it was, somewhat embarrassing because we had somebody else over. We had his oldest daughter over here, and got to see how we we get on when it comes to that or whatever. But and shit, it might have something to do with that. Sometimes it might have something to do with just having certain other people around in the household and in the vicinity or whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm not gonna go off the deep end with that. But anyway, it was harsh, and then I guess he ended up having a no contact order, and see, he never told me, but he followed that, like, tried to follow that thoroughly into a T, and he ended up, that's what he used. I'm not gonna say it's an excuse, but that's what he used to stay away from me during my pregnancy. And I'm like, what is going on now? I knew we had gotten into it and stuff like that, but I just was like, we usually link back up. We good. Well, I forgive you, and this and the third. And you know what I'm saying? And not trying to be toxic, but I guess it was some toxic stuff. But I was like, I forgive you. Let's move forward. We got to. And so with that, still couldn't move. I guess that was, I don't know. I guess maybe he knew that we wasn't gonna be able to move forward, and I didn't. I mean, I'm not gonna say still till this day I don't, but it's still to this day there's still some confusion regarding that for me because I have my own convictions. Like with my daughter's dad, I was convicted by oftentimes dealing with him in a certain type of way, and I still just bypass those convictions at times, and until it got bad. But with and I can't sit here and say that I didn't have no reservations and things regarding the boys' dad, but I don't know. Maybe I just tried to turn it off and just say no and not pay attention to the so-called red flags or whatever. But anyway, he stayed away during that time. I did see that happened in March. I didn't see him again. Probably I might have talked to him via email, but I didn't see him again until April, May, June, July, August. He brought me some food. He bought me some food from his so-called grandma's or whatever, paternal grandma's house, and I wanted something else, but he bought me food from there. I'm like, what in the world? Um, and then he turned around and was like, "But you ate her food though," and I'm like, what are y'all doing? Are y'all trying to put roots in the food? What are y'all doing? I just don't get it, but that stood out. But anyway, so bought me that, and then after that, I didn't see him again until, well, he came when the baby was born. He did come to the birthing room, delivery room, and stuff like that. So I seen him then, And then after that, that's November. So then after that, shortly, like 2 weeks later, that's when the dryer caught on fire, and that's when he came and to me tried to act like he's saving a day or whatever, saving us or being there for us or whatever. And then so funny because I remember some of the messages that he sent. And I still got them where he was like, "Yeah, it's been a long time. I miss you, this, that, and the third." And I literally just like fell right back in love. Like we never, like nothing ever happened. Like the time wasn't even, I was hurt and I was upset during that time. I remember that because just going through a pregnancy and stuff by yourself is stressful. I did have again my late deceased grandma, now deceased grandma, around to help during some of that time, but I was going through that by myself. I was communicating with the man who was being my biological father and his, I don't want to call it a situation, but his live-in or whatever she was to him, female companion, confidant, whatever. I was communicating with them while I was pregnant with him, and so I had somebody to talk to, but I just realized, honey, I went through most of my pregnancy pretty much by myself, but I didn't get pregnant on my own. Never that. Um, and so I just realized now I ain't had no healthy relationship. I ain't had no healthy dealings with no man during a pregnancy, just a healthy relationship. Period. It's just been, it's definitely been toxic. And I know toxic is the whole wave and whatever for this new age and this new generation and stuff like that. That's what they speak on. That's what they almost glamorize in or whatever. But yeah, I'm just realizing that. Oops, excuse me. I'm trying to fix this elevator up. But anyway, just realizing that. I mean, from being younger to older, it was just toxic. I think, and what I thought was healthy, it was still something like messy or whatever. I don't know why it is fully. I know some of the things, but I don't fully know and understand. I still have hopes of having something healthy, but honey, I got older. I'm definitely what you call setting my ways and all that good stuff, all that jazz. I don't feel like nobody gonna accept me for who I am, especially today. uh, I do love myself and I value myself, but yeah, I don't feel like anybody's gonna accept me fully for who I am. I just feel like my boy's dad was one of the ones that was accepting me for who I am, and yeah, like almost who I could be myself with him. But my feelings, of course, have changed towards him. I don't have a desire for him. I don't even be desiring to say that man's name, or even acknowledge him. But yeah, so I'll just be like, Lord, how you gonna manage to do it? Did you create a whole new, not gender, but yeah, did you create a whole new collection of men? Because that's pretty much the only way. That's what I feel like. That's my feelings. I know so many other men out here. I haven't experienced every man don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But just that one or that two. No, I'm just playing. Or am I? But yeah, just yeah, that's what I'm getting at. And of course, on days like this where I have prior to this been traditional and at least been sitting around so-called family and stuff like that, of course don't be wanting to be alone, want a peer, want somebody that I could talk to, but I don't know. I just know that I still have hopes and desires. Dreams have kind of diminished, dampered down, but hopes, desires still there. That spark is still there. Just want it to be ignited. But anyway, I'm about to get off here. I'm gonna let him use this device soon. Let me see something. That's the neighbors, honey. And that's one thing I did admire about them. When I see, sometimes they'll go in the house together, whatever, he open the door, that's like chivalry and stuff like that. I do know some of their background and some of their, well, I don't really know their history, but some of their background. So I know better. But as far as that man being a husband to his wife and the man of his household and stuff like that, I admire them. Admire that. Even this is people who caused me concern. But yeah, I admire that about them, and you know, I don't wish I had it. Y'all stuff tight, ain't nobody interfering, ain't nobody coming between y'all. Even though it is lies amongst y'all and some kind of disdain there, but that's what I wanted. That rider, like, shoot, if I'm wrong, yeah, you can tell me I'm wrong, but still ride for me and all that. But anyway, I'm not finna go deep on that because I'm not about to get emotional about none of that stuff at all. I'm gonna still give God the glory and be thankful because this is the day that the Lord have made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Period. Every day is a day of Thanksgiving. And I'm telling you, I like that people are calling it Friendsgiving, but let it be genuine friendship stuff. But I'm gonna play my solitaire game and eat my watermelon, drink my water, and then soon go in there with my boys. I'm glad they got each other at least so they can communicate. I don't like being, so to speak, alone, or but I am okay. Thank God. I mean, God is the main reason why I'm feeling okay on this day, given what all transpired last year and years previous. I'm